You good?
Yep.
So Amy and Trey, we go live in our group every week so that it's always recorded and people can come back and watch later. And then I'm going to give you share screen capability as well. Hold on, let me make sure. Okay, cool. All right, sorry guys. Um, anyway, so Amy and Trey are really leading up the luxury charge. I'm super fired up about what they're going to share this morning. I'm going to let them have the stage and they can share whatever they want. You can share screens, then we can open it up for questions. But I thank you both for being here this morning. And this is our Friday huddle. Welcome to our group, and I'll let you take it from here.
Okay, I'll start. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. Elizabeth happens to be one of my favorite because not only does she support you guys at such a high level, but she reaches across organizations and is willing to travel the country to support all of our agents. So I just really appreciate who she is as a leader. And I know that you guys benefit from that. And I'm sure that you align with her and you're exactly the same way. So thank you for so much for being you. I'm so excited that we get a chance to come in and talk to you about luxury. I also am going to talk to you a little bit about growth because we're in a huge growth mode right now and don't want to miss the opportunity for you to, have a couple of pointers or how to connect with us in case you are talking to teams or brokerages, and also to use luxury as an attraction tool. So luxury is great because it's really going to help to elevate your business, get you more listings, as Elizabeth has pointed out, because the story that she shared is not uncommon. We are hearing it over and over again across the country from agents who have decided to join our luxury division. They're having huge success in getting, listings and more business by using our resources, branding, and tools. So I'm going to let Trey kind of take it from here because he has a presentation in hand. And we're super excited about where we have been and even more excited about where we're going. So Trey's going to kind of take it from here and let you guys know what that looks like. Trey?
Thank you so much, Amy. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for your time today. We sincerely appreciate it. Really looking forward to this day. So, again, thank you. From a luxury perspective, we're really excited. We've grown tremendously in our infancy, and we're seeing a ton more growth on the horizon for this next year. So, we're looking to almost double in size, which we're excited about. And of course, we're looking to expand globally. So as you can see here, hopefully you can see my screen here. But we have already expanded. We're officially in 10 countries outside the US and Canada. So we're really excited about that. We're getting some agents trickle in from each one of those countries. And there's a lot of excitement around luxury. So very excited about that. Let's see if I can get this to actually work here. So with that being said, as Amy sort of touched on, we want to help you utilize this from an attraction effort standpoint as well. So we have some great attraction toolkits that we put together for our luxury members so that they can utilize those appropriately. All right. But just a little bit about luxury, a little bit about the membership itself and what it's going to offer you as a luxury agent. We have a wealth of curated assets, okay? And so we go sort of above and beyond. We do everything from branding and marketing for you to helping supercharge your production. We partner exclusively with vendor partners that give us some phenomenal discounts to utilize their services and or materials. And then, of course, our goal here is to share the wealth, right? So through whether that be through education, combined workspaces on any sort of like workplace, community. Our goal here is to really make sure that we're supportive of all of our luxury community members. So we have our own agent directory online. We have our own site, expluxury.com. One small caveat to the expluxury.com is that the minimum or baseline requirement is $1 million USD in order for a property to appear on expluxury.com. Okay. Our goal here is, of course, we want to have the branding that would be appropriate for your luxury team. And so our goal is to provide a level of service and branding that's unparalleled to any other or any of our competitors that mostly have a lot of this a la carte. So from an advertising perspective, Within Luxury's portal, we have listing syndications that we utilize in order to push your luxury listings. At any given time within our luxury portal, you're allowed to have 10 concurrent luxury listings live and being syndicated to these syndications below. We also are working really hard on James Edition right now as adding them as a syndication. So we're really excited about that. But you'll see a nice 7 syndications that we utilize here. In addition to that, we use List Globally, which is at the moment not quite 80, about 78 international sites worldwide. In addition to the syndications, any listing that comes through the luxury portal will also have a dedicated luxury listing website. And you have the ability to utilize our listing presentation creator. This is probably one of the favorite tools used by some of our luxury agents, as it literally takes seconds to minutes to create, and it's totally customizable for you. And it's what has won a lot of listings for our luxury clients. So our goal with that here is you're setting yourself apart by providing us a distinct value proposition, right? You're giving the aesthetic of your brand, and at the same time, you have the ability to influence your sellers while also showing them that you're offering more than the competition. So we also have something within the luxury portal, and it's called the Luxury Design Center. And the Luxury Design Center is a plug-and-play solution for anything and everything to your real estate operations. All right, so here's where you're going to edit and deploy all your premium materials. The great part about the Luxury Design Center, it is fully editable. So if you happen to be working in a place like Texas where you may need some materials that will be in Spanish, not just English. It is fully customizable and editable so that you can do that. But everything can be created from our luxury design center, everything from signage to business cards to catalogs to brochures and mailers, all of the above. So it's a really fascinating tool, very, very easy to use, very, very easy for your TC or admin to use as well. In addition to that, we are partnering with lots of different vendors in order to provide some of those designs, some of those materials, and some products that we have, which benefit our luxury community. I'll kind of skip down here and show you just a little brief glimpse of what the luxury dashboard looks like, and I'm happy to jump into that as well if you'd like me to. But the dashboard actually shows up as an app in your Okta account. And so that's how you access your luxury dashboard. From the dashboard is where you'll have access to anything and everything luxury, from our support center to our design center to our listing campaigns to marketing campaigns, anything that you can think of that you would need for your operations for your team or yourself. We also have a luxury marketplace, and in that marketplace is where you can shop through some of the vendors who have already partnered with us. As you can see here, we have some phenomenal partners that we're already working with, and this list is growing daily. I think we have a question here, so I'd love to, Daniel Foreman. You have a question?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I actually am a luxury agent. I've been using it, I guess, about 7 or 8 months. And one thing on my reporting, I know the different price points for the different online promote or magazines. Some of them are above $1 million, some of them aren't. But on the international sites, when I'm running my listings and sending my reports to my clients on Sundays automatically, which is fantastic. Some of them have the international, the 80 different international sites, and some of them don't. And I can't seem to put my finger on the rhyme or reason of why one listing has that report and one listing doesn't have that report.
So interesting. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely something that we, want to take a look at. I wouldn't know why either that would happen, as they should be going to any listing that you have, within your 10 concurrent, they should all be going to list globally.
At least that I know, because some of them are, above $1 million that won't obviously show up in the report. But I thought the international site would, and and I've tried to track why it would be on one and why on the other, and there is no pattern.
And
Interesting.
one of the great things about our luxury division is we have people that are looking at the back end of that constantly. And so we can set you up probably with Janelle, I would think, Trey, and she can take a look at that for you and see, how we can fix that. So you can usually get in with her right away. So do you mind if I set you guys up on work chat
No,
together?
that's perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Yep, we'll look at that because we want you to get the full benefit.
Absolutely. And in the future, feel free to use support center as well. They're actually relatively quick to turn around and reach out to you if you're having any issues. And you can generally reach them at all hours. So that's a nice feature of our system as well. Did you by chance ever submit a support ticket?
No, I've just kind of started noticing it. I mean, I've noticed it in the past and then get busy and,
Yeah,
falls down
no.
by the wayside. So,
Oh, absolutely. Awesome. Yeah, well, we'll connect you with Janelle and see if she can figure it out on her end. I'm sure she will. She's wonderful.
so why you have me on and why you have that, I also use a lot of these vendors here. Is there a discount with Box Brownie?
There is.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
'Cause I already have an
So,
account. I already have an account set up with them because I've been using them for several years. But how do I get that discount?
so two ways. You can either reach out to them and let them know that you have a membership
Okay.
with eXp Luxury and that you'd like to seek the membership discount. And or I'm almost positive that Janelle will also be able to fix that issue for you.
Okay.
Daniel, that's Follow Up Bosses. I was with Follow Up Boss too, and so a number of them I went back and they were able to fix it really
Yeah, I
quickly and
was able
adjust
to
it.
do that with I was using Follow Up Boss with my former brokerage, and when I switched over, they definitely applied the discount on that, as well as Luxury Presence and what else? Blended Sense. So
Wonderful.
We're so glad that
Outside
you're
of
using
that,
all those.
yes, absolutely. Outside of that, tell us a little bit about your experience since you are a luxury member and you've had had the opportunity to utilize the platform.
well, one of my I was with Coldwell Banker Global Luxury for many years, and I was wanting to join eXp, but I needed to wait till the luxury program launched. So I did wait till it launched, and um, in comparison, it's definitely less expensive than Global Luxury Listing Concierge, which I think they're charging about $550 now per listing. So it's nice to be able to piecemeal, I definitely still do mailers to my farm areas, and it's nice to be able to select how many I want instead of just 100. The quality of the printing on the brochures definitely is notable. I go with the thickest cardstock. The full bleed is definitely a plus, and the manipulation of the brochure is super easy and quick. So putting out a listing is as quick as my former brokerage, which is always important. So
Wonderful. Excellent. That's good news. And it sounds like you're utilizing it well. So that's wonderful.
yeah.
Perfect. With luxury, we do have a luxury certification course that we offer. And then, of course, we have a luxury community. I spoke about this briefly before, but the community is within Workplace. We have an area just for luxury listings so that you can see all the luxury listings coming across the globe, as well as we have a community that's just for sharing thoughts and ideas and connecting with luxury agents around the globe. We have a ton of weekly events. This has grown tremendously over the past year as well. But we have everything from weekly masterminds to breaking into luxury, talking about different vendors or spotlighting different vendors that we are bringing on, talking about how to utilize luxury and our platform appropriately if you're brand new, or talking about luxury itself if you actually are not part of the community yet but just thinking about joining the community. We have several luxury explained sessions that we do as well.
Now,
So,
Aaron,
I'm sorry, can you touch on the guidelines? Because there's probably people on here that may or may not know what the requirements are to join luxury.
yes, absolutely. Sort of coming down in the works here, but the guidelines for luxury here in the States are in order to be what we call an organic qualifier for luxury or to qualify to get into luxury, the goal would be for you to have 3 closed transactions at or above $1 million in the past 24 months, so in the past 2 years. Okay. And or you could also qualify by having 3 closed transactions at or above 3 times your market average. Okay. And the goal there is, of course, 3 closed transactions at $1 million in LA is not luxury whatsoever, right? But 3 closed transactions, at or above $1 million in, Springfield, Illinois is well into luxury. So the goal there is, to really make sure that we're, individualizing by marketplace. Okay. The last way to get into luxury, if you don't meet any of those qualifiers, would be to take the luxury certification. It comes at a cost. It's $595 USD. And you can take the luxury certification course, and then that will grant you access into luxury.
and then I was going to also mention, on those, we have on those masterminds, we have an open mastermind once a month that is open to non-members for them to come in and take a peek. And we have one upcoming next week, I believe, Trey, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, next week on Wednesday, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Pacific. So definitely, check that out.
Absolutely. Yeah, the masterminds are a big hit. Great topics are brought up. We have some of the top producers around the world talking about the luxury space, which is really fun, especially after a year like we just had. But
Amy, there's a question in the chat. I think I know the answer, but what Wednesday is the meeting that we can invite agents that we're attracting? Is that the
It's the
last
fourth,
Wednesday?
yes, the fourth Wednesday. Yep, that's correct.
Sorry, dog sees a squirrel. Yeah, so the last Wednesday, y'all, of every month, you can invite luxury agents or other agents to those Zoom meetings, and they're pretty powerful. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And this right here is just like a great cheat sheet. This is like all inclusive, everything you're going to get with your luxury membership. So it talks about every single item that we have been talking about, the 2 times monthly masterminds, private workplace groups, luxury certification course that you can take. Luxury does have a luxury council. It's 5 top producing luxury agents who really have helped stand up this program. They're phenomenal. They're very involved. You'll see them at a lot of the masterminds. You'll see them at all of the events. And so they're just great people in general. So definitely good resources to lean on. We also have a collection of luxury ambassadors, and just as equally important. And they are at events for us. They're at a bunch of our monthly masterminds. They're very active within our workplace group. So great people to just lean on and converse with and talk to, whether it be about business or personal. I mean, they're all phenomenal. And we've had just such a great experience with all of them. And they really are what make eXp Luxury so great.
I have a
Yeah,
question.
and Elizabeth is one of our ambassadors, by the way. So thank you for that again, Elizabeth. Sorry,
Absolutely.
I interrupted a question.
So can you talk a little bit more in deep about the certification? Because there are a few, luxury certifications that are being forever and ever. And they grant you different benefits, within NAR and your association and all of that. Can you talk a little bit more about the eXp luxury certification course?
Yeah, of course. Our certification is really exclusive to eXp Luxury. And we are working right now nationally to work towards getting our certification more on a national stage, whether that be for CE or whether that grants us benefits with NAR. Right now, it does neither. Right now, the certification is simply for eXp Luxury.
Got it.
And also, we do recognize those more traditionally known certifications. that we would allow you to use that to come into eXp Luxury if you didn't qualify organically.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. So here's just an overview on what the membership fee is annually. So it's $2,500 USD as an annual fee if you are the primary agent on the membership. We also have a team agent membership. So if you're a team lead, you are running a team, then the agents under you have the opportunity to have a luxury membership at $995. The only difference between a primary agent membership and a team agent membership is the number of concurrent listings that you can have within the luxury portal at any given time. So traditionally, you can have 10 concurrent listings at any time, meaning if one drops off, you can easily throw in another one and keep all your 10 spots full. For a team agent membership, you are limited to 5 concurrent listings at any given time. Any questions there? We get a lot of questions on how this is paid, and it's always just paid upfront. So we don't take monthly payments or anything like that. So it is annual, and when it renews, it's just paid in full.
Well, and for those, I do want to say on this, for those of us that have been in luxury programs from other companies, like this is minimal compared to those companies, but also all the value and all of the access that we have. I mean, it pays for itself. Like I said, I literally just won two listings because of it. One's a 1.5 and one's a 1.6, and that definitely pays for itself.
We had an agent in the Charlotte area that had never done luxury before, period. And she asked me if I thought it was worth it to join. I'm like, absolutely. I went through all the things with her. She has since then, in the last couple of months, listed 5 luxury properties. And the same story as you. She's over the other traditionally known luxury brokerages. So pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also probably valuable to know that just the syndications alone, should you try to do that for one single listing and get all of the same syndications, including lists globally, it could cost you anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 a month while the listing is active. And that's just for one. Where our platform offers you 10, and then in addition, you have the design center. In addition, you have the marketplace, the resources, the community. So it really is worth its weight in gold. At least from my perspective. And I'm an outsider. I came from outside eXp. I own 2 luxury boutique brokerages in the Denver, Colorado metro area. And so, once I found out about eXp Luxury, it was sort of mind-boggling what they were able to put together for the price, in my personal opinion.
Well, and we were working on this, so y'all know, since I got to eXp. We've been working on luxury for a very, very long time. So it's exciting to see how it's all come together. This isn't something just thrown together. There's a lot of minds that do luxury all over the country that came together to make this happen and make this the most robust program that the company has. So I'm excited about it.
I'm excited about it too. We have, like Trey said, over 1,200 members, and we're growing rapidly. There's a lot of interest and a lot of interest from outside of eXp, kind of like Daniel. So super excited about the growth opportunities that we have. And the community to me is like one of the strongest things. And you guys, there's a lot of referrals passing back and forth across the country within the luxury division. So I have agents contacting me all the time, asking me to connect them with luxury agents in different parts of the country. So if you really plug in and get to know the luxury community, you're going to be their go-to for luxury referrals, and that's huge for your business.
Absolutely. That's it for me. What
I want to
what
share
sort
my
of questions can
screen.
we answer? Please.
I want to share my screen really quick on something because I want to show y'all what Trey was talking about, how easy this is. So we got one of the listings, well, not one of them, but this is what I do on all of the listings. I always send out a pre-listing packet, whether or not it's somebody I know, my neighbor, somebody that's just having me list. We send everything out anyway, just to show consistency, just so we can show clients how we're going to treat their future referrals, right? What we've been doing on the luxury side, though, is literally as soon as we get that information, like the last 2 that I didn't know the people, we went by, we got a quick picture of the front of their house. Okay, we didn't even have professional photography. We didn't even have the meeting yet. We went and got a quick picture of their house and went into the luxury. We uploaded it and I want to show you within seconds what happened. And then what I do is I just upload it to Office Max or Kinko's or something like that. I have it bound, spiral bound. It's less than $15. But I want to show you guys how sharp it is. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. This house, obviously it's Texas winter, and the house, this isn't a great picture, but we went out and got a picture of their house. We put it in here. All of this marketing piece, everything's already there. My team photo, all of our information is already there. This stuff is all done. Again, it has the luxury everywhere. And then every place that it shows you the presentations and where it's going to be, it has their house in there. So they don't realize it's just a click of a button and it's inputting all this information, but they're like, okay, well, there's a presentation. Oh my gosh, there's my house. You're going to be in the Wall Street Journal. Oh my gosh, there's my house, right? They can visualize that. Rob report. Literally, this took seconds, and downloading it and then uploading it into a Kinko's and running and picking it up before we meet with them. So this is pretty powerful because then they can look at this and these other companies aren't able to give access. Again, every single picture, if you notice, every picture has their property in it. So if you take a few minutes before your listing presentation or the day before, what have you, then you can show everything that they're knowing you're already marketing their property without marketing their property yet. They love this piece with our international reach, Facebook, YouTube. It shows everything in there. So it's just another tool that we have at our fingertips that sets you apart from everybody else before you've even met with them. So just something, and that's just one piece. We've got so much stuff in the design center after you get the listing, but it's nice that we have things prior so that it, you know, before you even met the person, they already know that you're putting effort into it.
Do you send that in your pre-listing package?
You could, I do not.
Okay.
Because I want to sit there and I want to go through it and I add other things. So we'll add the comps and we'll add other things so that when I'm sitting down with them, the other reason I don't give it to them, and maybe this is scarcity mindset, but I mean, we were the last agents in, but what if we were the first? I don't want them to take it and then give it to a Remax agent or something like that, whatever we're doing. I want to keep the competitive advantage. So I don't send that in advance, but I know some that do, and some that send the videos, the video booklets and things like that. So, but it definitely has worked on all of our luxury listings.
So we have a couple of questions. It says, can you repeat the cost? And so it's $2,500 annually. So it's every year. We do, run discounts on occasion. So look for those, for anyone that has, an upcoming renewal. I think we're running a special on that right now. Trey, I don't know if you know exactly where we are in that, but I think our first renewals start April 1st. And so we were running some discounts towards that. So we're always looking to, make it more affordable for you guys, even if just in a small way. So just for that.
The cool thing that I love too is you get an update each week. I don't know if you covered this. I didn't hear you, but you get an update each week to your email. You can add your seller to it, but we get an update every week that shows how many times their listing was viewed in Wall Street Journal, how many times their listing was in Rob Report. I have it sent to me directly, so then we can, I guess, include it in our marketing update each week. Hey, just want to let you know, here's a summary of all the traffic that you're getting from Wall Street Journal and things, and it shows their actual property. So that automatically just comes to me, and I love that feature.
Yeah, the clients definitely love that for sure. Yep. What other questions do you guys have?
I have
Well,
another question. Sorry.
Go for it.
So in case you, for example, you don't meet the three luxury sales, and you want to get the certification by paying the $595. After that, you have to pay the $2,500, or how does that work?
Right.
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat that?
Sorry, you do. So she wants to know if you pay for the certification and then you join, so it's $595 plus the $2,500. And yes.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Now, there are times, of course, like Amy said, where we're offering some discounts. We are heavy around events. So, of course, eXpCon, we offer a fast track luxury certification there. We will be offering one at all eXpCons this year as well. So, eXpCon Canada International, as well as our eXpCon here in the States. And so, at those times, you could usually find an opportunity where a certification will be provided at no cost, or we're offering that the cost of the certification goes towards your membership. So, there are definitely some great opportunities to take advantage of some of those discounts. Outside of that, though, yes, if you were to get the certification, it would be on top of your annual membership.
And Lizette, eXpCon's in Miami, you're in Tampa, so like there's an opportunity there. And anytime there's the discounts available, what I'll do is I'll make sure, because then as ambassadors, we're supposed to be getting that information out anyway, so I'll just make sure you guys know.
Yeah, I'm going. It's
Yeah.
3 hours away from me.
I know, piece of cake.
Yeah.
So we've got Amy on, who is one of our, like I said, she's our VP of growth. This has been a huge attraction tool, y'all, for luxury agents, right? When I'm talking to people about eXp, especially if they're luxury agents, I mean, this is something that gives us an advantage. And for those that haven't been in luxury in other companies or haven't been at other companies, you might not understand kind of just exactly what that does, but you can use that for your luxury agents when you're talking to them about eXp, just showing them what they have access to. Since we have you on here for growth, do y'all have any questions? Or Amy, do you want to share an overview on growth? Or do y'all have any questions specifically for Amy on growth?
I will share. I was trying to get that link for her, join expluxury.com. So give me 1 second. Let me grab that. But if you guys have questions,
Is there a presentation or something that we can use if you're talking with a luxury agent?
Yeah, so once
Okay,
you're a
go ahead.
luxury member, we have created what we call an attraction toolkit. And so it's a presentation that's similar to the one that I just presented, but it's different in the fact that it really goes over some of the necessities that an agent would need to know by just joining eXp as a whole. So it has some additional slides. Some of the slides that were in mine are not there, but we do everything we can to provide and customize. Actually really cool about luxury in general is when we say curated content, we really do mean curated content in the fact that the luxury team really works on your behalf. So we had an agent, and the agent is fighting for a listing. It's in, the 15 to $20 million range, and they're really looking for something that's going to stand out. At these listings, clients are asking for things like, well, what are you going to do different for me than Sotheby's, than Douglas Elliman, right? And so she asked if our team would create something for her as far as like a luxury marketing plan is concerned. And so we went above and beyond and we did that. And we were able to offer a luxury marketing plan to help them solidify the listing. So it's really cool in the fact that we have a team that you can lean on. Not that we're going to do one for every single one of your requests, but definitely go above and beyond to make sure that you're able to capture some, anytime you have a unique situation like that. If you guys would like, I could actually share an example of that just so you could see it if you'd like.
Yes, I'm newer to luxury and I don't quite know all the different things that we offer. Say for instance, against, Compass, like how we, I hear the things, but I don't know because I'm newer to luxury. And so when I'm using, that would be beneficial for us to see. Yes, definitely.
Wonderful. Excuse my craziness and all my tabs up there. Okay. But this is a luxury marketing plan that we made for an agent. And the goal here was to provide an aesthetic appeal. And in addition to that, to really go at length, right? So here's the agent. We showcased her. Of course, it's not in English, so excuse that. But just a little bit about her. And then it kind of goes into detail about like exactly what we do that's above and beyond and different. She chose to have a few client testimonials. And then in addition to that, like why eXp luxury? Okay. And we get that question a lot. So the cool part is she could share this with her clients. This is a digital copy. She could have one printed, of course, but talk about all the things that make eXp unique. And then, of course, all the things that are going to make eXp luxury unique from our competitors like a Compass. Probably the biggest thing, that is going to make us unique from our competitors is that with eXp Luxury, all of the items that we're offering, they're offered on all of your listings. Whereas in some of our competitors, it's really a la carte. So the agent is going to choose whether or not they want to have all of the offerings or just a portion of the offerings. But it's really cool. The design is and appeal is amazing. It goes into, very, a ton of details on behalf of eXp Luxury to showcase to your client why they should go with eXp Luxury and yourself. So this one's a pretty fun one. I'm just going to kind of scroll through and try not to go too fast to make you sick, but just kind of talk a little bit about the listing syndications, and then of course all of the marketing and outreach that we have, the reporting that they're going to get back from the number of clicks they get on their property, the global reach that they're going to have, how we utilize technology to help us showcase their property and help the property sell, how we also utilize technology in order to get in front of other agents. So it's really cool, kind of talks a little bit about everything. And again, this is something that we didn't necessarily just have out there ready to go and ready to use, but something that we were able to put together on behalf of somebody who really needed this in order to secure the listing. And so as these things come up, these are things that we can, of course, offer for future opportunities for luxury agents and the community.
And you could simply use this as your pre-listing packet.
Oh,
Like it's
absolutely.
already done for you. I saw this in the dashboard the other day and started playing with it. I was super excited because then we don't have to because we've been trying to recreate some of this stuff in Canva, and you guys are a little bit ahead of us. And so why recreate it when it already looks sharp? And you just plug your picture in and your information in your bio.
I actually
That is
insert
great.
I actually insert that into my CMA, so it's got my CMA with that information in it together, and then I bind it.
Can you use the branding and the marketing for a listing that is not a million? So like say you're in a $800,000 competition for a listing and it would look great with this marketing. Can you not use that?
That
So
question's come up before. I'm interested to see what Trey says because I've given an answer and I don't know if it was the correct one.
I think that our goal here is to protect the brand, right? We really want to make sure that we're utilizing luxury for luxury. Of course, some of our best luxury agents, they don't just do luxury, right? They're just top producing agents, and so they have a ton of properties. You'll be able to use your logo and your branding for your business as a whole, which is wonderful. Should you pull a non-luxury listing into the syndication portal? Probably not. And I only say that because number one, it's not going to show up on expluxury.com if it's less than $1 million USD. Okay. And then number two, I think that in order to protect the integrity and the brand of luxury and what we're trying to build, it's sort of frowned upon to utilize it on non-luxury properties. Again, this is going to be sort of at your discretion because maybe that $800,000 listing is luxury in your marketplace. And if it is, please absolutely use it. But if it's not luxury, I'm not sure that I would promote utilizing the branding, utilizing the material for non-luxury listings. That is publicly speaking.
And that's
From
the
my
same
standpoint.
that's the same answer that I gave Trey. Luxury obviously is very different in different areas. So if it's like on the cusp of luxury and you think that it's going to help you win because it makes them feel unique and special, then as long as it's like close, then I think that it's okay for the branding and the listing presentation itself. But like Trey said, like to go into the portal, that's a different story. So
Yeah, and just be honest with your client. They may think they have a luxury property, and it's always best for you to use discretion there, but be very honest because the truth is using the listing syndications, you have people globally who are going to look at this property and it's going to report back what sort of traction the property is getting. And if it's not a luxury property, it's going to get zero traction out there, right? Because people are like, why would I like people are out there from China and Australia and India and Dubai. They're looking for luxury American properties. They see a property that is very clearly not luxury, like it's going to get no clicks, and that might work against you.
yep. Does Sean have a question?
Yes, I do. I'm just about to enter my first million plus listing. When I try to recruit these agents, recruit's probably the wrong word, but I'm walking my dogs right now. Can I send them to you, Amy? Because obviously I'm going to fumble over what luxury is, and
Yeah, that's what I was going
what
to
a
say. We are.
presentation is going to be not good.
Yeah, we are happy to partner with you on that for sure. We definitely know that we want to do three-way calls with you, help you learn too how to present. So yes, reach out to us and we will definitely get on a call and we'll bring Trey in or Janelle or whoever, but we'll make sure to expedite it, and we're looking to grow and we want to help you grow. So whatever we need to do.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And this is really like a 60,000-foot view that we've given you guys today. The fun part is like taking a test drive of our, luxury platform to see like what the true capabilities are, to go through it. Janelle does those test drives often. Sometimes they're a part of the eXp Explained. So I think that, having the ability to dig in a little deeper, that's really where you get the knowledge. And that's really where most people are very impressed.
I agree. Another question?
Yes, I have a question. So, I've entered luxury on the buyer side. So that's kind of where I am as I'm working on getting luxury listings. So I've been in the portal, I've seen all the marketing tools and all that. Is there any way because especially if there's people coming in like me, who, like I said earlier, I don't understand completely the difference between our marketing for luxury. Is there any way we could have a course or a class, or because if you're coming in, you don't know exactly, yes, I see what we have, but how is that different from the other groups is kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah.
that.
Have you had?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Amy. I was just gonna say, have you attended an eXp Luxury Explained just yet?
Yes, and I actually did the certification, but I'm saying I understand what we do. I don't understand exactly what other brokerages do.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Just
So I'm
trying
Yeah,
trying
to.
to
so I
understand
know
the
I'm in there,
competition.
I've created, I've had presentations, but I've been more on the buyer side. I'm working on I'm having a luxury listing coming up, but I don't know exactly, like if I'm going in, like I want to get in on that call of how to give my best luxury presentation. So add me to whatever, I think Sean just said. So I want to do that too, because I want to be the best at what I'm doing. So I've been on more of the buyer side, but now that I'm working on getting the luxury listings, I don't really know how to convey how we're different. I know what we have, but I don't know how to say how we're different.
That's a really good question.
And
Probably
if
the
you're, if
best way
yeah,
we could easily offer something that helps prepare. I don't know that we want to truly have like an education session on what other people offer.
no, I
Um,
understand that, but just for people like me who you're working, you're getting in. I've been on the buyer side, but if I'm going in, just like, I know how to cook a recipe, but it's different from cooking the recipe or just doing it the first time or what exactly you need. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at
I
right now.
do.
What
Absolutely.
we can do is we can do, an analysis of, I don't know that we've dug in. I know we know like overarching differences, just from agents who have been at some of the other ones. But if we want to have an analysis of that, we can do that for internal use, just so you know how you show up differently. We haven't done, we call it guerrilla warfare. We haven't dove into that because we're really leaning into who we are and what we offer. So kind of have that Michael Phelps mindset of like,
Well,
we're
just I'm
right.
I'm a former
But
athlete. I like to scout the competition.
and
Right
that
now, I'm
too.
going in
So, and
blind.
I understand that. So I think to have like a high level overview of how we show up differently is not a bad idea. So yes, I agree with you, and we're willing to put some work into that just so that we know, because it can help us be better too, right? So if they're offering something that is attractive to you guys, then maybe we can add that to our buffet, if you will. So yeah,
So
I
how
think it's
do I
definitely.
workplace chat you? Like, how do I get on this list to make sure I get that information?
Well, first of all, we got to find it, but yeah, work chat me, because that's gonna work chat Trey and I, because then that can, we'll both do that, and we can get the people that can help us lean into that. So
Absolutely. And a great resource is a luxury community in between now and then. Simply because we have so many agents from Sotheby's, from Compass, and they know exactly what they offer. I will tell you that I hear this from one of our council members all the time. She's always like, if anytime I go to a listing appointment, I always tell people, well, I don't really know exactly what they offer, but let me tell you what we offer. And she utilizes that even when she does know what Compass offers because she worked for Compass for 10 years, right? But they would be wonderful because they could tell you instantly, hey, here's what Compass offers, and here's what we offer, and here are the biggest differences, so that you have those to take to a listing appointment for sure.
Yeah, I've been on those, but it's always been about different topics. And so, you just don't want to be like, hey, and then rip the whole entire thing. But I've been on those, and the calls that I've been on, I haven't heard anything like that. So
Julia,
Let me
just so you know too, like I mean, even we've got a ton of agents on this call right now that came over from Compass Luxury and and Coldwell Banker Luxury and KW Luxury. You know me, I don't ever talk about the competition. Even if I know about it, we don't talk about the competition because it's not about what they're doing. I don't want to bring any awareness to what they're doing. So we just talk about how great we are. And but here's what I will tell you is when we're going up against these other people, I'm getting the feedback from the clients showing and telling us that we have so much more that we offer, and that's validation enough, right? And you can just use that as your story. Just
yeah,
I don't know what they're doing.
I believe you on
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
but we don't want to bring I mean, competition is a distraction to me. It's like, let's
Yeah, no,
focus on
I'm
what
not
we're doing.
going. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't plan on sharing that with them. I just want to know for myself, just for my own education information. That's
Yeah.
all.
I think if you go to Compass and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about coming over to your company," they're gonna show you everything that you want to hear. Go to all the companies and interview.
Okay, that's cool.
You're not going anywhere, Julia. You're stuck with me for life, but you can do that.
I can tell you when I meet with clients, they don't ask, "Oh, you're on Rob Report, the other agent's on this." Like nobody cares when you sit there and show them this beautiful presentation and show them what you can do for them and what you've done. They're like sold. They're like, okay, I believe you. I believe you're going to give me the most exposure over anybody, over the next guy. And if you want to compare us, go for it. Because I believe so strongly in what we have to offer that you're going to find that I'm the right one to choose.
Yeah, what I was just going to suggest is jumping into our luxury community and just saying, hey, anybody from Compass here that I would love to just chat with you, pick your brain a little bit because the community is so open to just having conversations. I'm sure somebody would raise their hand right away and say, hey, yeah, I came from Compass. Let's chat about it. And you can kind of go through and get somebody from Sotheby's too and get somebody, but again, Amy and I will work on looking to see what we can put together because that is a good idea just for knowledge, right? Knowledge is power. So that's good.
I think it's a great idea for knowledge, and just to see if there's anything they're doing that we want to duplicate, or do better, actually. So
Well, and Janie, who is one of our leads in luxury, she came from Compass, right? So there's a lot of knowledge from the different brands. But like I said, those two listings we just went up against, we were up against every single one of the luxury brands, and it came down to the final two, and both of us were in eXp Luxury.
that's amazing. And Janie actually was with Sotheby's too. Sorry.
Hey, Elizabeth, Brad in Atlanta, this maybe would help Julia. So you got these two listings, and I know we don't want to talk about the competition, what they do, but your sellers, did they actually tell you, like, Elizabeth, we went with you because of this, and this is better than, I mean, obviously they want the most exposure, but did they single out items that in the eXp luxury model affected them the most? Like, we're going with you because you're in this report or you're here. Was there anything like that?
Yes, because I specifically asked. And I know why I beat it out over the other eXp agent, and that was just kind of how I'm structured. But as far as comparing it to the other companies, they love the fact we really focused on the fact that we're 90,000 agents globally and that that we're all one company, not the individual franchised or individual locations. The clients felt like we had more exposure quicker. The other companies aren't in these luxury magazines and reports. Now, do we think that the Wall Street Journal is going to produce a buyer? No, but in their mind, they just a lot of the luxury sellers just feel like, oh my gosh, that gives me an edge. And I didn't see the other presentations from the other companies, but they also said that a number of the agents talked about themselves quite a bit. And we don't talk about ourselves. We talk about how can we serve the client, and here's all the resources and the tools that we have. So they felt that we had more tools and more reach on a global scale. And even though their buyer might not come from, you know, the UK, they liked the idea that we were going to have that exposure. So they kept saying that they not only that reach, but also with the individual companies or franchises, how I don't know how they explained how KW talked to KW, right? But they felt that we had a more sophisticated reach, is what I was told consistently.
All right, that's helpful.
That's great. Love that.
But we don't, the other thing is we don't, this was interesting too. Some of the other agents that they interviewed bashed other agents and other brokerages. One of the things that I did is because I knew I was up against my friend and on the last one, and I said, look, you need to choose who the best agent is for you, that you're going to communicate well with, that you're going to work well with. And, you know, if you decide I said, I don't know who else you're interviewing, which I knew the companies, but I didn't really know. I said, but I know you're interviewing this person. She's an amazing agent. You cannot go wrong with her. Like, I completely lifted her up. Again, she's not competition. We're all collaboration. We're all collaborators and we're all owners together, right? So if I didn't win and she won it, man, I'm going to applaud her. And one of the second one that I won said at the table, that's funny. She said the exact same thing about you. And that client also said the other brokerages actually talked negatively about the other brokerages. We didn't even talk about the other brokerages. We didn't talk about the other agents. We just talked about how we could best serve and how our luxury division would step in. And they just want to feel luxury. They want to feel special. So I just thought it was interesting that other brokerages were talking negatively about the other brokerages in listing presentations.
That's true. Yeah. We also do a quarterly report of our highest sales. So, and just kind of an overall review. I tried to link that in the chat. If you guys want to copy and paste that, it should open for you, but it's really beautiful for you to share. So, any other questions for you guys as we wrap up here? You guys have been a great audience with great questions, so I appreciate that. And really our mission here, you know, as eXp, as a brokerage, we're number one in units. And Trey and I's mission and the rest of luxury is to be number one in production volume. So if we can raise our average price point, that's going to make a huge difference, and it's going to put us on the map in a different way. We're already on the map in a big way, but it puts us on a different way. And we really want to be known as the luxury place to be, the luxury brokerage to be at. So you guys can help us with that. This is a very sophisticated, smart crowd. So we would love to link arms with you in luxury and help you dive into luxury more and sell more properties.
Brad, that was another thing they mentioned too, because I talked about that we were the number one company in transaction count. Now, Compass is the number one as far as volume, but I didn't talk about that, right? You know, I just talked about how we were in transaction count. So it was just how we spin it. So Amy and Trey, you guys are amazing. I love what we're doing. I'm super excited about it. Any of y'all going to Cabo in March? There's going to be a luxury meetups there as well. eXpCon, there's always going to be luxury. If you're not doing luxury, get in those rooms anyway, right? Get around the people that are doing luxury. Get in the right rooms is all I'm going to say on that. So you guys are amazing. Thank you for spending your morning with us and for sharing all the resources. And then I know there will be questions that come up. If there are questions, don't bombard Amy and Trey, pretty please. I know that they get buried with workplace chats, but I'll also post their information in our chat, or not in our chat, but in our group under this video here in a little bit. So
That'd be great. Thank you guys.
Yes,
You
thank
guys
you
were
so
amazing
much.
again. Thank you,
thank you
Elizabeth, for
all.
having me.
Thank you.
We'll see you
Greg.
we'll
Thank
see
you.
you soon. Bye.
Bye.